Morning everybody, so just leaving the top 10 at Waitomo and had the cabin there. I thought they were reasonably priced little cabins actually, were pretty good. And yeah, so I think a pretty hilly day today. I'll just let this truck go past so you can hear me. I think we're going to climb 280 metres and it goes up and down a lot, so pretty undulating, but I think it's, was it about 15k, Colin?
Yeah, 15k's apparently.
Yeah, so it's only about 15k, but it might take us a bit longer than we think because it's up and down a lot. And anyway, we'll get out there, we'll start stepping and I'll show you what the quality of the trail's like. See ya! So a nice little uphill to start the day. So the track's just starting off as expected, sidling along the side of farmland that the farmer's been kind enough to give us access to, and I kind of expect this is what it's going to be most of today. So there may not be a lot of video, but if things change a lot, I'll give you some more footage. See you soon, bye. So just jumping the fence there, in this road, if we had to come out of the motor camp and turn left and just going up the road, this is where we would have come to, but they're obviously trying to get us off the roads and onto farmland as a minimum. So we'll jump over here and keep going. This looks like more of the same. See ya. So I think the trail's going to take us down here, past these these bales of hay. Every time I see them, it's like a song when you get a tune that you can't get out of your head. Every time I see bales of hay, I think of Kurt Fenton's joke. Can't get it out of my head, but I think we're heading down there and straight up that hill. Well, this is the friendliest pack of cows we've had so far. If we had stood there, they would have just all circled around us. So, it's going to be interesting to see what we hear from the girls, because they're not really big fans of these cows. And these are the friendliest ones by far. They run up behind Tim, because Tim's joined us now. Say hello, Tim.
Good morning, Ray. How you doing?
I always knew Tim was going to catch us. He's like a mountain goat. But yeah, they were bumping the back of Tim's pack, having a sniff, and really curious. Even had a bull there putting its head down and scraping its foot. So anyway, we'll push on. So we're just sidling our way through some pretty nice bush at the moment, but a lot of up and a lot of down. Every time you go up it's pretty steep and a steep down again, so this is just a slight reprieve for a moment. We popped out of that bush down there. We've just come sort of basically following this fence line along. There's a little bridge over a little creek, and up that fence line I think we disappear into this bush up here again. So we're just following this fence line down and possibly going to pop into a pine plantation, or maybe we'll skim around the top of it, but we'll work it out as we go. Well, we're pretty much sidled around the top of that pine forest and just popped out to beautiful views here. Don't know if you can hear all the cows mooing in the background. Beautiful view. Well, here we go. Welcome trail hikers, and it's got down there, give us a shout out on YouTube. So there you go, I'm on YouTube. So shout out to these guys. I'm not sure who the landowner is. There's heaps of names on the sign, but that's people writing on the sign who have come through the trail. And down there, help yourself. And they filled up an ice cream container full of lollies. Colin, are you happy?
It's Were Enterprises. That's their name.
Were
Welcome.
Enterprises.
Oh, welcome to Were Enterprises.
No, Were. It'll be Maori.
Oh, Were Enterprises.
Isn't the Were the Maori club?
You might be right there.
I don't know, I'm Australian.
Yeah. Anyway, I better stop recording because I'm going to eat lollies. See ya! So we're just following this farm track along and having a general chat. A lot of people are skipping this section because of, again, comments on social media and TA walking groups, just saying how bad the section is. And look, there's definitely been some steep climbs on this, and after a tough day yesterday my legs are feeling it, but it's also been quite nice. It's unless I'm going to jinx ourselves for the second half, but it hasn't been that bad. So if you're coming along behind, wait and see what the rest of the day goes like. But yeah, I wouldn't skip it. Had a nice view back there and it's been good. See ya! Oh, so this is the second swing bridge on the TA. We get a little bit off track. We're following the markers and we're right on track, but the app actually shows us we're off track, so we went for a bit of a walk around the loop and wasted 5 minutes. And here comes Colin's predicted rain for the day. Anyway, I'll keep going. See ya. So we're going to enjoy this little bush reserve while we got it. And then it's a 230 metre climb, and that one could be steep like the other ones. So if you ever want to do TA, this is the trail sometimes. Straight up the fence line. There's Tim. He's a machine at climbing, that guy. Anyway, I'm going to start. I think we follow that little gravel road for a little bit. Nice little view up here though. I still haven't found this track too bad. It's been quite enjoyable, other than the real steep bits. I'll just try and show everybody here too. It probably looks on the video like we're just going through nice grassy farmland, which we are. But sometimes it's really hard on the ankles and the feet. You can see these big divots everywhere from the cattle. And you actually got to be really careful. You've got to watch every single foot placement in places like this. As soon as you take your mind off the job, you twist your ankle or you fall over. Big clump of grass here, big divot down there. So it's not as easy as it looks. So we're just sheltering for a moment because it just started raining right when we were next door to this shearing shed. And we're going to have to make a decision whether we take a little bypass route, which looks a lot easier, or we take the official route into Te Kuiti. We'll see what it's like when we get to that intersection. Time for a bit of shearing in the shearing shed. So unfortunately it's overcast, but this is the view at the highest point. We thought we actually had to go up to this trig up here. On a day like this, it's not worth a little detour up. So yeah, we've just come from over here. If I zoom in here, you'll see the crossroads, and that's the barn we sort of took shelter in just when it rained heavily momentarily. And over here, that's a beautiful view. That's the township we're going to tonight, the little township of Te Kuiti, just in here. It'll be an awesome view on a nice day, but hey, got to take the good with the bad. All right, we'll see you in the city. Bye. So apparently this is frisbee golf. You throw your frisbee and it hits a chains and falls into the hole. Doing something every day. Okay everybody, so interview time. You would maybe recognise this young looking chap from the last couple of days videos. He kept appearing, so I thought, well, it's time to do an interview. So first question, your name and where you're from?
Tim Loveless. And where am I from? Well, I'm from the UK, but it's slightly complicated because I'm originally a Kiwi. But I've lived longer in the UK than New Zealand, so I'm basically a Brit at this point, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm. Previous hiking experience?
Not much in the last 40 years. I was a Boy Scout and did a lot of hiking. Karangahake Gorge in New Zealand. I did Pirongia and a couple of others around New Zealand. But since then, almost nothing. Just some of the Cornwall coastal path, the Welsh coastal path, and a bit of Hadrian's Wall in the UK. But nothing serious, nothing more than half a day.
Why did you choose to do the TA?
Well, yeah, that's slightly more complicated. So I have been dreaming about big hikes for a long time, and being a Kiwi, the TA is important for me to kind of reconnect to New Zealand. The North Island is not really famous from a scenery point of view. There's lots of road walking and lots of logistics and cities. But for me, I was brought up in the North Island. So the North Island for me is full of memories. Where I was born, first school, where my parents lived, first job in Auckland, first flat in Auckland. You know, I lived in Hamilton for a long time, university in Hamilton, first job in Hamilton. We lived in Wellington, we lived in Lower Hutt, we lived in Huntly, we lived in Ruakaka, Whangarei. So the North Island is just sprinkled with places that are significant to me personally.
And get back there, yeah.
Yeah, just, I mean, I went past the old addresses, I went past the old school, just to poke my nose in for curiosity's sake.
Yeah, yeah. Your biggest hurdle to get yourself doing the TA?
Convincing my family how serious I was about this. Because, you know, when you tell someone you're going to spend 5 months hiking and you're going to be in the wet and you're going to be uncomfortable and you're going to be dirty and smelly and it's going to be hard work every day, they just think you're nuts. You know, and I had to really convince my loved ones that I was serious about this and it wasn't just a pipe dream, that it was actually going to happen. And, you know, for me, it was one of those top 10 life events, you know, births, deaths, marriages, new houses. It was up there in that caliber of event.
Yep. And so far on the trail, what's been your favourite and least favourite moments?
Favourite moment, I think, would be the Bream Head walk. At dawn, getting up at the Ocean Beach campsite, packing up the tents by torchlight, and then up the Bream Head Ridge and seeing the sun poking over the horizon as we were up the hill. Really incredible views, looking north over Ocean Beach and looking south over towards Whangarei. That was a highlight.
Yep.
Low light, I got two choices really. One is 90 Mile Beach, kind of the third day when it was just trudging on 30 odd Ks of grey, windswept. You know, it was overcast, it was just constant drudgery, feet were sore, body was sore, back was sore. I didn't have my trail legs yet, and it was still another day's worth of 30 Ks after that to go. And then possibly the other low light would be walking in the wet from Hamilton to Whatawhata.
We both did that on the same day.
Yeah, heavy rain all day,
Yeah.
really heavy in the afternoon, just hammering it down for hours and hours. It was kind of satisfying to beat the rain and get all the gear out and have it all work, but I was really mighty pleased to get in that warm car at the end and go home to a friend's house in Hamilton for a dry, warm dinner and a dry, warm bed.
Yeah, no, it was a tough day, that one. Is there anything else you want to add, Tim? Anything else you want to say? No. I'm really. The trail angels are amazing. I mean, the amount of effort that they put into looking after us and the gratitude and the generosity is incredible. You see people have built beautiful houses with gardens and they've converted the garages and made up bunk rooms, and it's all done on a shoestring for a tiny koha, you know, for $20, and they'll give you something which is 3/4 of the way to a hotel experience. Yeah.
Really impressive.
Yeah, no, the trail angels, especially in the North Island, where there's nowhere to stay a lot of the time, so we don't really hit the huts or anything to the Tararua south, so it is amazing the generosity of those people. I agree with you. So
Yeah.
all right, well, thanks for your time, Tim, and I'll also put a link up because Tim's he's got blogs and that going up on where do you post your daily updates?
Facebook for the daily photos,
Yep.
and Instagram for the daily videos.
Daily videos. So I'll type in his Instagram address. I don't have Instagram, but I'll type it in. So if you're on Instagram and you want to follow Tim as well, you'll be able to do it. Thanks, Tim.
Fantastic. Over and out.
See ya.